Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality, and today I have a really fun little tutorial for you. It is to make some cute ornaments, and it is a Trash to Treasures project because these are made from empty ribbon spools. And if you are a crafter, you know how much ribbon we go through, and we are always throwing away our empty ribbon spools. So I saved a few of mine and made them into these cute little vintage ornaments. I used a vintage Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer little golden book. This one's in pretty rough shape. It's been drawn and scribbled in throughout the whole book. So I usually will use these to make junk journals out of, but this one I was just going to use the pages. I had that intention, so yeah. This is a really fun book. See, even Santa's beard got colored in there. So I love the illustrations in this old Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer book. So these are the first two that I made, and they're really simple. There is glitter, but I used Mod Podge on them to keep the glitter from going everywhere. You could also spray with spray paint or hairspray afterwards. So let's go ahead and get started on what you need for this project. You of course will need some images. You could print them out or use some book pages or scrapbook paper or whatever, but I just think it's fun. These are like some vintage feeling ornaments. Super cute. Then you need some scrapbook paper. I pulled out this paper pad from Michael's. It's classic vintage. Love it. It has this really fun vintage reindeer paper there. I'll show you the back of this one. It's just the bells there. So I have that. I have some red and green fine glitter. This is an old set that I've had for a while. It's memories in the making, but any glitter would work. You need some ribbon. I have a couple different ribbons. This is the piece I'm going to use for this one I'm making for you. I also have some plaid. This plaid ribbon I'll cut down to make the hanger and then use this piece for the bow at the top. I have some matte finish Mod Podge, some red paint, and then I have scissors, a pencil, and this is a file, and that's just to, when you add your paper on the back, it's to file the edges down so you get them even with that back piece of your ribbon spool. And then I have a paper trimmer so we can cut a strip to go on the side of the ribbon spool there. Yeah. So why don't we get started with our project? And of course you need your ribbon spool. I forgot to say that. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to pull one side of our ribbon spool off. And just kind of pull off the little bits and pieces, make it as smooth as possible on the top there. And I'm going to go ahead and use my file here to get the rest of the stuff off. Now, choose your scrapbook paper. I'm going to use this paper, and this will be for the back, so I'm going to trace around and cut this out. You don't have to be really precise on this part because, you know, you can get as close as you can, but any extras hanging over, we'll use the file to file down. Alright, so that's ready. And we're going to choose an image here that we want to use. I think this is kind of cute right here where Santa's talking to the reindeer. So take this and you're going to put it over the top of where you want it to be. And we'll see if this will work. I'm not sure. It's a little bit... I guess that'll work. So line it up on there. Take your pencil and trace around. So that's what will be in that part. You may want to move it. I think I'll move it over a little bit. So I'm going to erase this. I want to get a little bit more of that reindeer in there. And we have a little bit of room over here to play with. Make sure I'm in there. Go up. Okay, I think this will be better. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. Go ahead and cut this out. Now this, at this point, will not fit in here because we traced around this outer edge. So we need to take that tiny little bit off. I think that's around a little less than an 1/8. So you need to go around and cut that little tiny bit off. All the way around your circle. And then you can test it. Needs a little bit more. There, that's good. So that fits really nice. All right, so pull that out because we need to paint this part. All right, so I have just some regular acrylic craft paint. This is an old Delta ceramic coat, bright red. It's at the end of its life here. But this doesn't take very much. This cardboard is really receptive to the paint, so I just did one coat. And I just went around and painted just this, the lip, and then this edge here. I didn't go here or here because it'll be covered up anyways. And truly most of this is covered up, but I just like to have that base of red. Next thing we're going to do is add some Mod Podge. And that is to the inside of the ribbon spool here. And stick your image down in there. And then we're going to Mod Podge over the top of that. Set that aside for a bit there, and we're going to work on the ribbon. So I have this pod ribbon, but it's too wide for the size of the ornament, so I'm going to cut it in half. And what you want to do is just pull it out and decide how long you want it to be. I'm going to cut it about there. And then cut this in half. These aren't very good scissors for cutting fabric or ribbon. Great for paper, but all right. So I'm going to turn this upside down, and you want to make sure that you're at the top that you want, so your image is going up the right direction. And I'm going to put some Mod Podge over the bottom of the ribbon here, or the bottom of your spool. And go ahead and stick this down. Actually, it needs to go the other direction, so let's move that way. There we go. Make sure it's at the right spot. Yeah. Okay, and then take your paper that you cut out for the back, and that'll go down on top of the spool there. Press it down. And I'm going to take my file and just kind of file the edges. because there, you can see there where it's a little bit over on some parts. But I just think if you rough it up a little bit, it just makes it look more vintage. Let's go all the way around. That. Now, you need to let this dry, or you can use, I have my heat tool here, and I'll just go ahead and dry it this way. Going to add the glitter. So I'm going to do red on this bigger lip here and then green around here. So start with the red because my glitter little tray already has red in it. And what you're going to do is take your Mod Podge and your brush and brush the Mod Podge onto that lip. Go all the way around. Try and make an even layer. Now you're going to take your glitter and you're going to sprinkle the glitter on the Mod Podge. And make sure you have a tray or something underneath you to catch the excess. Alright, now, let's see, I think it's a little sparse here, so I'm gonna add some more. I'm just gonna take my finger and kind of push it down into the glue. Shake it off there. And we're going to let that dry for a bit, and then we're going to Mod Podge over the top of that. So let me move that over. You can blow this out here in a bit. This is almost dry. There's still some white pieces over on a couple of the sides, but it's almost there, so I'm going to go ahead and put the green around the top there. So I'm just going to take my Mod Podge again and go around on the edge, brush it on. Now you want to take your glitter pour some into a plate or your whatever you're using to contain your excess glitter, and then go ahead and turn this over and start dipping it into the glitter. Press it down. Then you'll want to let that dry and go ahead and cover it with the Mod Podge again like you did on the red, and let it completely dry, and we'll be back and we'll finish it off by adding a bow right at the top here. Almost dry. There's still some white around it, but I think we can go ahead and add our bow, and then we will be finished with our ornament. So I have this scrap piece of glittery ribbon, so I'm just going to make a simple bow, just like your normal everyday bow here. Well, it's a little more than simple because I'm trying to get the glitter to be on both sides here, or yeah, both sides of the little loops. There we go. All right, just need to tighten it up here. And then I'm going to even this out, angle it. And then you can use hot glue or some sort of liquid glue. I'm going to use tacky glue because that's what I use for everything pretty much. Just put that right here. And that is it. Alright, so here they all are. I think they turned out so beautiful and they're really pretty simple. One thing I did forget to do here was add the side on. So that is just taking a strip of your paper that is a little bit less than 1/2 of an inch and gluing it to the side. So I'm going to do that and these will be complete. So I hope you liked this video. Give me a thumbs up if you did. Leave me a comment and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Go ahead and check out my Etsy shop right now. I have 20% off plus free shipping for orders over $35 until December 5th. I'll see you again next time. This is Kim with Creative Crafticality. Bye. God bless.